The F chord starts with the first fret of the E string. This is an F note here. And the simplest way to play this chord would just be to play this note here with the third fret of the A string. That's a C note there. That's an F power chord. We're just playing these top two strings here, F and C. It's also known as the fifth here. The C is the fifth relative to F, so F5 power chord. Now the next note in the chord of F would be right here on the third fret on the D string. That's another F note up an octave. So we have F, C, and F again. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to add the major third to that. And the major third makes this sound like F major. And that's at the second fret on the G here. And this is an A note. So there's only three notes in an F chord: F, C, and A. So I'm holding first fret of the E string, third fret on A with that ring finger, third fret on D with the pinky, and the middle finger comes and hits that second fret of the G. Now we have F, C, F, A. Now there's two more notes in this chord. That would be the C note again, first fret of the B string, and the next F note there, first fret on the high E string. And that can be played in several ways. An easy way to do this is to start with the pinky, the ring, and the middle finger, like so. The pinky here on the third fret of the D string, ring finger on the third fret of A, and the middle finger down on that second fret on the G there. And the index finger comes along and flattens against the whole 6 strings. So that gives what we call a bar chord here. Now, it's sometimes actually easier if the index finger is going slightly above the fretboard instead of like starting right here. You want to bring it up a bit, and we're really just going to be holding down this first fret of the E string and the first frets on the B and E with this index. So again, we have our E major shape. We move it over one fret, and the index comes down and bars the rest. If you're doing it right, we should hear each note in the chord: F, C, F, A, C, F. Now there's a way to play an easy version of the F chord, and I start on the first fret of the B string, the index finger. Middle finger goes to second fret on G. Ring finger goes to the third fret on D. Starting from the D string down, we hear, that's F major right there, and that's basically the major shape. If I move that forward 2 frets, we would have G major. Take it back for F major. Now what you want to do next is hook your thumb around the first fret on the low E string there for that low F note. And this ring finger here is touching the A string to the point where if I pick it, it kind of sounds muted like that, so I can just strum through. And you won't hear the A string. You have to be careful because you don't really want to hear this high E string. You just want to hear, and your index finger can also muffle that high E string. So it's double muffled. We're muffling the A string and the high E string. Now I can strum freely. Move it forward for a G, an A, G, F. Now the next thing you could do is you could flatten your index finger against both of these strings here. Middle finger goes down to the second fret of G. Pinky is on the third fret of D, and ring finger on the third fret of A. That shape there, and then bring the thumb around. That's a full thumbed chord there with every note of the chord here, so it sounds like this. But one of the advantages of not including all those, just having this, is you have the pinky free here to add notes on the 3rd fret of E, B, and G. So I could have the F with the pinky on the 3rd fret there. You can move that forward. Got a nice sound. You can play with the other notes.